بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين، حبيب إله العالمين أبا القاسم المصطفى محمد، وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا، لا سيما بقية الله في أرضه وحجته على عباده، المهدي المنتظر صاحب العصر والزمان، عجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف وجعلنا من أنصاره وأعوانه. قال الله تعالى في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم: وقال نوح رب لا تذر على الأرض من الكافرين ديارا إنك إن تذرهم يضلوا عبادك ولا يلدوا إلا فاجرا كفارا. Respected viewers, wherever you are, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. After the people of Prophet Nuh challenged him to send down the punishment, they told Nuh, "Oh Nuh, you have been threatening us for hundreds of years now. If you do not believe in Allah, Allah will punish you. Now where is this punishment that you've been talking about? Have your Lord punish us. If you are truthful, have your Lord punish us." They challenged him. So Nuh, he raised his hand and he did dua against them. He did dua against them because he saw that years and years, generations after generations, these people don't follow him. These people, he has seen through experience that the father doesn't follow him. His son comes, doesn't follow him. His grandson comes, doesn't follow him. The great-grandson comes and doesn't follow him. And Nuh has been living for 950 years. He has been preaching for 950 years. So he has seen that no one is following him. And Allah tells him, لَن يُؤْمِن مِّن قَوْمِكَ إِلَّا مَنْ قَدْ آمَنَ. Allah tells Nuh that only the ones who believe, they are the ones who are going to believe. No one else will believe after that. So he came to a conclusion that no one else is going to believe. No one else is going to believe in him other than the ones who have already followed. And narrations say those were between 70 to 100 people. So what is Nuh supposed to do? Nuh, Allah tells him that no one's going to follow you. And they are challenging him. They are telling him, ask your Lord. You say there's a God. You say you ask us to have tawheed in Allah. You say Allah will punish us. Now have your Lord punish us if you are truthful. They were trying to challenge him. And Nuh was tired of them. 950 years of preaching. 950 years of trying to guide them without asking for anything in return. He was tired, and they were tired of him. He saw that these people, they don't listen to him. He comes to them through logic, they don't agree. He comes to them through telling them about the good. If you believe in Allah, Allah will give you this life. They still don't agree. He promises them the afterlife, they don't agree. What is he supposed to do? All they do is make fun of them. He saw that no one is believing in him, and they are challenging him. They are asking for their own punishment. He raised his hand and he did dua against them. This is in Surah Nuh, verse 26. وَقَالَ نُوحٌ رَبِّ لَا تَذَرْ عَلَى الْأَرْضِ مِنَ الْكَافِرِينَ دَيَّارًا إِنَّكَ إِن تَذَرْهُمْ يُضِلُّوا عِبَادَكَ وَلَا يَلِدُوا إِلَّا فَاجِرًا كَفَّارًا. Nuh, he raised his hand and he said, "Oh Allah, do not leave a single kafir, single person who does not believe in you on the face of this earth. رَبِّ لَا تَذَرْ عَلَى الْأَرْضِ مِنَ الْكَافِرِينَ دَيَّارًا." Don't leave a single kafir on this earth, on the face of the earth. This verse is what scholars use to prove that the flood of Prophet Nuh covered the whole earth. The whole earth drowned, was flooded from that flood. Because Prophet Nuh, he says, Rabbi la tadar ala al-ard. Oh Allah, do not leave on earth a single kafir. So they say that this verse proves that the flood of Prophet Nuh encompassed the whole earth. All of the earth was flooded from that flood. Prophet Nuh, he built the ark and he was in Kufa. Narrations tell us that Prophet Nuh built the ark in Masjid al-Kufa. Masjid al-Kufa, that was where he was building the ark. And he is also buried. We will come to that in the end of the story of Prophet Nuh. Prophet Nuh is also buried in Najaf, next to Prophet Adam, and next to them is buried Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. So he built the ship in Kufa, and that is where it was flooded, the city of Kufa, and the whole earth was flooded, and he was on the ark going around, traveling all over the world. The second point that we get out of this verse is that Prophet Nuh, he did dua against his people, not because he hated them, not because he had a grudge against them. Prophet Nuh, he was filled with compassion and love towards his people. Or else why would he cry? His name is Nuh, the one who cries. Nuh is from the word niyaha, one who cries for his people. He would cry because his people aren't being guided. And he spent all these years guiding them. You think right now he would come and have a grudge against his people? No. Prophet Nuh did not have a grudge against his people. Prophet Nuh, he saw that these people are going to be kuffar. They're not going to change. A mu'min is not going to come out of these people. A believer is not going to come out of these people. And Allah had told him that. He saw that through experience. For 950 years, he sees generations after generations, no one believes in him. He comes and he speaks to them, no one believes in him. The father would hold his son's hand and tell him, take him to Nuh, say, see that man? I don't want you to follow him. When you grow up, don't follow that man. Nuh, he saw through experience that no one is believing him, and Allah tells him that no one's going to believe in you except the ones whom already have believed. So Prophet Nuh, once he does dua against his people, he says, قال نوح رب لا تذر على الأرض من الكافرين ديارا. Oh Allah, do not leave a single kafir on the face of the earth. Then he says, why? He doesn't say because I hate them, because I have a grudge against them, because they make fun of me, because I don't get along with them. No. He says, إنك إن تذرهم يضلوا عبادك. If you leave them, they will take astray the ones whom that believe. They will fool the ones who believe. إنك إن تذرهم يضلوا عبادك ولا يلدوا إلا فاجرا كفارا. And when they have children, their children are going to be worse than them. Their children are also kuffar and fujjar. Their children. And he's saying this through experience. He has seen them. He has seen generations after generations, and they all come out worse than the others. They come worse than the ones before them. وَلَا يَلِدُوا إِلَّا فَاجِرًا كَفَّارًا. And this kafar is worse than kafir. Kafar is worse than kafir. Kafar is someone who insists on the kufr, on the blasphemy. Fajr, someone who sins, someone who does not care about anything. So this shows that Prophet Nuh alayhi salam and all of the prophets of Allah, they're ma'soom. They're infallible. They do not sin. They do not have hatred towards another person. They do not have hatred towards people whom they have been sent to guide. Do you see a teacher having hatred and a grudge against one of his students? You don't see it that much, because the teacher knows that he is trying to guide this person. The teacher knows that he is right and this person is ignorant. This is what Prophet Nuh felt. Prophet Nuh did not have a grudge. He did not have hatred, even if 950 years they've been making fun of him. All this time, they've been making fun of him. They've been ridiculing him. They've been laughing at him. They haven't been believing in him. He's not asking them for anything. All they do is make fun. But Prophet Nuh, he did not do dua because of his anger against his people. It wasn't a grudge. It wasn't a feeling inside. No, it was a logical understanding. He has seen people that keep coming and don't believe generations after generations, because Allah tells him. And they are asking for their own adhab. They're asking for their own punishment. So Prophet Nuh, he raises his hand and he asks Allah. He tells him, "Oh Allah, these people, they aren't listening to me. I'm preaching to them during the day. I'm preaching at night. I'm preaching in private. I'm preaching in public. Whatever I do, they don't listen. I promised them this life, they don't listen. Afterlife, they don't listen. And now they're asking me for their adhab. They're the ones who told Prophet Nuh, we're tired of you. Tell your Lord to punish us." So Prophet Nuh, when he does dua against his people, we have to understand this, that he's a ma'soom. He's not doing dua because he has feelings against people, like you and I sometimes. No, he's a ma'soom. He cares for his people. His heart is filled with compassion. If he did not care, he wouldn't be preaching for all this whole time. If he didn't care, he would tell Allah, "Oh Allah, send another prophet." He would have asked Allah to punish them many years before. But Prophet Nuh did care. Prophet Nuh's heart was filled with compassion towards his people. But he saw that they aren't listening and they are asking for their own adhab. After he does dua against them, he continues. And this is in Surah Nuh, Surah Nuh, verse 27. After he does dua, then he says, "Rabbi ighfirli." He begins doing dua for himself. "Rabbi ighfirli wa liwaliday." Oh Allah, forgive me. Doing dua for himself. Asking Allah to forgive him. Here, Prophet Nuh felt that he had shortcomings. Prophet Nuh felt that maybe he did not do his best. Prophet Nuh felt shortcomings. He wasn't able to fulfill his mission. Only a few people followed him. So he says, "Oh Allah, forgive me." He felt responsible. Just like a teacher feels responsible for his students. If his students fell, he will feel responsible, even if the students don't care. Even if the students don't care for their future, they don't study, they don't care, they don't do well in the test. But the teacher, he feels responsible because he was the one who was teaching them. Well, Prophet Nuh, he felt like a teacher. He felt like a guide, like a parent, a father or a mother. They see that their child keeps going astray. They are worried about their child. Maybe they are doing something wrong. Even if they aren't doing anything wrong, they feel that maybe there's a chance that we are doing something wrong. So here, Prophet Nuh, he says, "Oh Allah, Rabbi ighfirli." Oh Allah, forgive me. Maybe I have done something wrong. If I have done something wrong, please forgive me. Even though we know that Prophet Nuh did not do anything wrong. Prophet Nuh, all this time he's been preaching. He's not asking them for anything. He did not do anything wrong. He's just been doing what Allah is ordering him. They are the ones whose hearts are filled with diseases and they don't understand. He does dua for himself. And second, he asks Allah to forgive him, istighfar. And we see that all the prophets would spend time asking Allah to forgive them, even though we know that the prophets are ma'soom. The prophets, they're infallible. The Imams, they're infallible. But why do they come and say, "Oh Allah, forgive us"? Why do they come and say astaghfirullah? Does that mean that they are committing sins? No. This means that they feel they have done shortcomings. They feel that they have done something wrong, but they haven't done anything wrong. They feel that they haven't met their goal. Otherwise, we know that the prophets and the Imams, logically we know that they are ma'soom. They're infallible. They cannot do anything wrong, because if they do something wrong, we, the normal people, would go ahead and do that wrong thing, and then we would tell Allah, oh Allah, you sent a prophet, that prophet did this wrong thing, so we can do it. So that doesn't make sense. After he does dua, he asks Allah to forgive him, then he asks Allah to forgive his parents. رَبِّ اغْفِرْ لِي وَلِوَالِدَيْ. Oh Allah, forgive me and forgive my parents. And this, we see this many times in the Qur'an, where a prophet does dua for himself and does dua for his parents. This shows that if you want your dua to be accepted, do dua for your parents. One of the conditions of a dua to be accepted, you want Allah for anything you want to ask Allah, do dua for your parents or other people, and Allah will accept your dua. Because Allah loves the one who thinks of other people. Allah loves the one who thinks of people before thinking of himself. When you want to ask for anything, you want to ask for wealth, for health, for anything you want to ask Allah, do dua for your friends, do dua for your family, do dua for your parents, the closest ones to you. And we see that many times, and not only Prophet Nuh, other prophets later on, we see that whenever they do dua for their parents as well. Why? Because the parents, they have a favor. The parents, they are the first teachers. The parents, they are the ones who raised this person. They are the ones who raised you when you were a child. They were the ones who helped you when you were in need, when you were vulnerable. They were there for you. Of course, Allah was there for you, but your parents were there. They were the ones who were going through hardships for you. So here, this Prophet of Allah is teaching us, do dua for yourself and do dua for your parents as well. We see many people, they never do dua for their parents. They're constantly doing dua for themselves, never remembering their parents. Why? Your parents, they have a favor upon you. They are the ones who brought you to this life. They are the ones who fed you when you were in need. They are the ones who clothed you when you were in need. Now, the least you can do is remember them in your dua. You're not losing anything. When I do dua for my parents, I'm not losing from myself. It's not like I'm giving them what I have and I'm going to be losing. No, I'm asking Allah for myself and for my parents and other people. So here we learn from Prophet Nuh alayhi salam to do dua for your parents. And this is a sign of a believer, the sign of a mu'min. Do dua for your parents. And a condition for the dua to be answered, do dua for other people, for people around you. Third, he says, رَبِّ اغْفِرْ لِي وَلِوَالِدَيْ وَلِمَنْ دَخَلَ بَيْتِيَ مُؤْمِنًا. And whoever entered my home as a believer. Doing dua for his followers. Doing dua for the ones who believed in him. Now who knows how many people they were, 70, 80, 100. Very few people. The ones who believed in him, he is doing dua for them. He's thanking them by asking Allah to forgive them and reward them, the ones who believed in him, the ones who accepted him and accepted his Lord, and the ones who accepted his mission and believed in his mission. He does dua for them. لِمَنْ دَخَلَ بَيْتِيَ مُؤْمِنًا. The one who enters my house as a believer. And here we see later on in other verses in the Qur'an, in the next verse, we see that Prophet Nuh, one of his sons, he did not believe in him. But he enters his house, but he did not believe in him. So the one who does not believe in him does not deserve that dua. The second is that his wife, Prophet Nuh's wife, she did not believe in him. Allah mentions in the Qur'an, Prophet Nuh's wife, she did not believe in him. She did not ride the ark with him. So he says, oh Allah, forgive me and my parents and the ones who enter my house, believers. That's the condition. Not anyone who enters the house of the prophets is going to heaven. This is a very important point that we must understand. Sometimes we say, yes, any wife of a prophet, she goes to heaven immediately because she's the wife of the prophet. No. Every single person will be questioned. Also with our Prophet Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He had many wives. We cannot say all of his wives are going to heaven because they are the wives of Rasulullah. No, we come, first of all, we are not ones who decide who goes to heaven and who goes to hell. It's Allah who decides. Then we look at the actions. Do their actions show that they go to heaven or they go to hell? There's a chance that one of the wives of the Prophet betrayed the Prophet. Just like Allah mentions in the Qur'an, the wife of Prophet Lut and the wife of Prophet Nuh, they betrayed their husbands. So this means that a wife of a prophet is not a ma'soom. A wife of a prophet is not an infallible lady just because she is the wife of the Prophet, or just because this person entered the house of the Prophet. No. لِمَنْ دَخَلَ بَيْتِيَ مُؤْمِنًا. The one who enters my house as a believer. This is the condition. Being a believer, being a mu'min when you enter the house. And here Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam, he says, the ones who believe in the wilayah, they have entered the houses of the prophets. The ones who believe in the wilayah of Ali ibn Abi Talib and the Imams after Ali ibn Abi Talib, they have entered the houses of the prophets, referring to this verse. Meaning that they have accepted the whole religion as a package. They have not accepted some of it and left some of it out. Meaning that the wilayah is a part of the religion. It's not excluded from the religion. The imamah is not something outside the religion. The imamah is a condition within the religion. Within the iman. In order to have iman, you have to accept all of the religion. You have to accept the Qur'an. You have to accept Rasulullah. You have to accept the Day of Judgment. You have to accept everything that Rasulullah says. And one of the main things that Rasulullah says is the wilayah, the imamah. Then he does dua for all of the believers to come. And these are his children. مُؤْمِنًا وَلِمَنْ دَخَلَ بَيْتِيَ مُؤْمِنًا وَلِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ. And to the believers, all of the believers, the ones who come after Prophet Nuh, and all of the believers, they are from the descendants of Prophet Nuh, the ones who believed in him. This is the dua of Prophet Nuh. In the next verse, in the next episode, we will see how Allah accepted the dua of Prophet Nuh. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.